Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5 Qapla, and welcome to the new Caroga Colony. As this is the last day of the game in Space Engineers, I figured I'd go ahead and document some of the things I've been working on for the last few weeks. Now, as you will notice, this is a colony and this is a planet, and you'll say, but Caroga is gone, and yes, indeed, Caroga did mysteriously disappear, but truth be told, it really didn't matter, because I had moved to the Turdistani planet some time ago. I figured why not use their resources to build our ships. They didn't seem to care about their planet. They left the planet, so I took it over. We are now the capital of Turdistan. It's kind of weird how that works out. Anyway, it's a very basic base. I never even got around to building the shield, because who cares? Nobody was even looking for me. The alpacas can't attack planets, and the turds had no idea where I was. So we didn't even need shields. Shields? The ships get shields. The base didn't. It's a basic base. We've got our, I don't even know what that is. I think that's a basic assembler that I first started, a basic refinery, a basic assembler, an H2O2 generator, survival kit, a couple of cryopods. We've got two assemblers, like real assemblers with a whole bunch of speed modules on them. Refineries. These are two refineries with speed modules. We have one main assembler, I believe. So this refinery, the mining ships could dock right to it. In fact, what I call the Uber miner, and I now have it docked on the SOB Dean Martin, the last surviving ship of the three. The Sinatra, of course, was destroyed when I inadvertently forgot to raise the shields. And the SOB Sammy Davis Jr. was, of course, destroyed by the hate crime committed by Hector when his way overpowered ship just sliced through the Sammy Davis, even with shields up, almost like there was nothing there. But this Uber miner, damn, this is one good mining ship. And there's a ton of resources that just happen to be within a few kilometers. All these NCCs are new Caroga Colony. So these are all the resources we've been using. And by we, it's mostly me. Azine and Carlo have stopped by on occasion. Azine's and Carlo have dropped off some significant resources to help, so I thank them both. But a fair amount of ores are around or in nearby orbit, and the Uber miner works fine in space and in atmosphere. Now, my early plan was going to be to move this base into the mountain here, and I did put some time into carving it up, but as time went on and I got more comfortable that I didn't think anybody was actually going to see the base if I kept it small and I kept it blue, and the fact the game just doesn't load things in unless you get like almost right up on them, and we have no antennas really, and if we do, we keep them turned off, so I didn't think anybody was ever going to find it. Anyway, so this is where the Davis, the Sinatra, and the Martin were built. Now, obviously, I designed them in offline mode, in creative mode, but we can bring up the blueprints. In fact, I did design. Actually, here, this is the side projector. We could bring up a blueprint. I guess the Martin was the last ship I had up here. I think, no, it was the stealths. The stealth ships. The stealth jumpers. were the last ships I had created. Let's see. Yeah. So you can see. Now I do have a small grid ship I wanted to build. But what's really made the building much faster was building a welding ship. Now this is, I love it. It's a cube, but it's got, it's basically just got an engine in each direction. I believe 2 engines for forward and reverse, 1 gyroscope, a small Klingon warp core, 1 battery, although honestly, I'm not sure the battery is even necessary, and 6 welders. And now there's no landing gear. You just come in and you go, and it's loaded up with parts. So, well, this is not set correctly, obviously, but if I just, yeah, it's building. It's building. It was already able to build stuff. So that's super cool, super quick. I love these little I mean, there's no way to build those major ships. If you're using your own welder to build those big ships, honestly, you're wasting a lot of time. In my opinion. So we've got that welder. This welder was my first attempt, and to be honest, it kind of sucks. It's too big. It's honestly like a paintbrush. If the paintbrush is too big, you can't get the detail done. So this thing's just been sitting here. The cube is much better at building ships. This is a, what's this? This was a mining ship that, somebody, I forget who, somebody in the previous round had built, Life with Matthew, I think, had built this in, the previous round, and I saved it as a, blueprint, and I built it, and man, this thing is, if anything, I'd say it's too fast. It's way overpowered. It's hard to control, in my opinion. Like, look at that. Look how fast that thing goes up. I can't deal with that. So honestly, we're still going up. We are still going up. Okay. So, I can't deal with speeds like that. I'd crash it. So, truth be told, I built it. I flew it around. I found it, not particularly to my liking. And I parked it and never really bothered with it. Again, it's a great ship. It's just not for me, personally. Did we shut off? Yes, it shut off. I shut off the engines. Okay. What else we got here? Well, okay, we got this. This was the ship that I kind of went with. This was my initial, and this was actually called the SOB Crawford, in honor of Anti-Tracker. It was actually at first a small attack vessel. So it's got 3 light lasers on it. It's got a defense laser on the back. And it's got shields. Although the shields are off. And then later, I went ahead and retrofitted it with drills and lights. And I see the lights are on. Why are the lights on? They're not supposed to be on. We're wasting power. Anyway, retrofitted it. Also threw on a cargo container in the back, so I could connect it to the base to offload some stuff. So between this and the Uber driller, we've done most of our drilling. What do we got over here? Okay, over here, this is the remnants. Unfortunately, this crashed. In fact, maybe I can get some of that sweet uranium. Oh, I still have. Look at this. I still have a ton of pieces in it. Okay. Well, extra parts. In fact, I could take the uranium. I can't take the uranium out. I gotta get it from the side. But okay, so I got some extra uranium here. This was a detailed single welder ship to get into the small nooks and crannies of the Dean Martin. Like some places I missed that I tried to, with just 2 blocks I could fly in and do some building. But it didn't last, unfortunately. This here's another stealth jumper. This is the one with the ore detector and some weapons. It's designed to just jump around different asteroids and not to do any mining, but just to every time, I don't know, there's a bug with this. Every time I come in, I have to regroup the thrusters, or they don't work. Okay, it's stealth thrusters, I believe is the name of the group that keeps getting deleted. And yes, so now I can turn them on. Now the only problem with this one is that it doesn't have quite enough power to lift straight off the ground. So I actually, almost like a real airplane, it has to fly forward first, and then it takes off. Or at least it used to. There we go. There we go. So yeah. Yeah, it's, of course now why is the mouse not working? It's like no control. Oh, the gyroscope was off. That was the problem. The gyroscope was off. Okay, that makes life a lot easier. So yeah, the jumper, I might retrofit it in the next round to have an extra up engine that would probably deal with the issue of it not taking off. Also, I don't need all the stuff on it. What I did was I made this whole thing like a complete exploratory vessel. It's got a shield generator, a modulator, a cryopod, an H2O2 generator, and a survival kit. Runs off 2 basic Klingon warp cores, 1 gyroscope, a jump drive. That's why it's called a jumper. It can jump once you're out of atmosphere. It can jump the full 2,000 kilometers. This was just meant to be a quick way to. It was a dual-purpose ship. A quick way to chart asteroids with different ores on them, and also as a quick transport to get around the map. At 2,000 kilometers, it could do a single jump between Turkestan and Caroga. That was until Caroga ceased to exist due to a bug in the game. So that's pretty cool. I try not to aim any ships at the base because sometimes I hit the mouse by accident and I don't want to accidentally destroy the base. What else? What else? Okay, this guy. This guy is... What the hell is this? Oh, this was the other jumper. This was the jumper. This is the lightest jumper that doesn't have any weapons or shields. And again, this one's got the same bug, so I'm not going to fly it. But this one will take off because it's a lot lighter. But every time I come into these ships, I've got to rebuild the thruster groups. There's one more ship somewhere. I have one more welding ship. Oh, there it is. There it is. This one. Actually, no, this is not the welding ship. This was the SOB Fillmore. that I just copied from last round. This was an old transport ship just to take me between bases. Honestly, I haven't used it since I built it, I parked it, and I haven't used it. It's been of no use. It's only an atmospheric vessel, so it really just wasting PCU, to be honest, but we had the PCU to waste. Okay, this one is my other building vessel. Now, this is a small grid ship, so it can get into some tighter places, and it's hydrogen powered, which really comes in handy early in the game when you don't have any uranium or low uranium. So yeah, like this. So it's heavy because it's packed down with supplies again. But this is another ship that you can just fly, and with the projectors you can build stuff. There you go. Okay. There. Build. We're probably out of components, but unfortunately that there's no connections between the cockpit and the cockpit and the welders, because there was just no way to connect them. And that's really about it. The home base of the SOB Martin, which I believe you guys have seen, but we can do a quick tour. I added, oh sorry, microphone's falling. I added this after I built it, just so I could connect it to the base, which I extended. Where is it? Oh, here, yeah, this. I've got this ship connected right now, but usually if I needed to connect, I connected the Martin to it, and I was able to suck in most of our ores and parts that I had in the main base, and I transferred them to the Martin, because really, besides being an awesome battleship, the Martin was also, if this base was ever found out, the Martin was just going to take off and become my mobile base, because it's got its own refinery and its own assembler, and obviously oxygen generators and hydrogen generators, all that stuff on board, of course, as well as pictures of Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, and of course the Rat Pack, and since it's in its namesake, of course, Dean Martin. I think I've added some extra thrusters since you guys last seen it. Added some extra gyroscopes, because gyroscopes definitely help when you heat a battle. Your ability to turn quickly, that's probably second only to your weapons, or really second only to your shielding. Then ability to turn, and then weapons, because honestly your weapons are completely useless. If your enemy can maneuver faster than you can turn, then your weapons are almost totally useless. Certainly your fixed ones are useless. In the back here we have a ton of jump drives, because this is a goddamn heavy ship. And even with these jump drives, you can't, I mean, Caroga's gone, but you would still be 100 kilometers short on a jump from Caroga to Turkestan. However, it was plenty to get to the moon or Aunt May's. There was a lot of resources needed in building this ship. Honestly, I'm getting lost now in the back. Okay, so that's the back. The jump drives are the back. Wait, the jump drives are here. So this is both back. Shit. So this is forward. Nope, that's the jump drive. So that means this is forward. I hope. There it is, yes. When I see this pack of thrusters, I know I'm headed towards the front. Our shield table. 2 extra seats. I know, most of you people know what this stuff does, but our shield stats, 45 million hit points. So this can take a beating. Anyway, hopefully later today at some point, assuming I'm feeling up to it and Hector and other alpacas are up to it, I will take this out and, let's fight. Let's see what happens. It's the last day on the round. The turds have given up. Okay, Thomas Potts calls it an armistice. An armistice? Yeah. Armistice. They don't want to fight anymore. They're supposedly building the stuff. See, Anti-Trekker is kind of in charge of next round, and he had these ideas for starting us all off with pretty substantial bases. So they are building those bases, I believe, and other infrastructure that we're going to need for the next round. So they just wanted to be left to build in peace. So the only real fighting going on is between alpacas and Carogans. And since, Carogans can land on a planet, can land on Turdistan, basically we're just fighting by appointment. There's no sneaking up on somebody at this point. We make an appointment, we show up at a place, we fight, and somebody wins and somebody loses. At least that's the thought. Since I really don't have any other ships at this point, the Dean Martin is what I'll be using. So now whatever Hector had yesterday, or was it the day before, whatever day it was, that sliced up the Sammy Davis, I'd say it's probably a good match for the Martin. Yeah, it's a lighter ship, but he definitely went more heavy on the weapons and less heavy on the refineries, the assemblers, and the jump drives, like I did. So I'd say evenly matched weapon-wise. Anyway, that's about it. I wanted you guys to see the new Caroga Colony, now that it doesn't matter, now that it's too late for anybody, that the turds are not attacking. We're actually just 20 kilometers or so, 23 kilometers from the turd spawn point. I just figured I'd land nearby, close enough that I could get to the spawn point quickly if I felt the need to, but far enough away that if somebody died and flew away, they probably wouldn't see me. And I guess it worked, because I don't think the turds ever knew where we were. That's Caroga. Hail Caroga on this October 31st. Happy Halloween, by the way. The final day of this round for Space Engineers. I don't know the details as to when the next round will be completely ready. I'm sure Anti-Trekker will tell us that later today. And for those who have been asking, thank you. Yes, I did have to end my stream early yesterday. I had some type of episode where my eyes went very blurry very quickly. It spooked the hell out of me and Mama Prey. I think I've got some type of cold. I haven't felt great in a few days. And I don't know, I might have just pushed it too much yesterday. But so far, so good. I'm fighting some type of cold. That's about it. I'll stream when I can, hopefully later today, and I'm just going to try to take it easy for the rest of today. So, take care, Qapla, and thanks for checking out the video. And I guess I should run my credits. Sure. Take care. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdOPrey5.com, the new home of everything Bird O' Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BertoPray5 or on BertoPray5.com. Take care.